Alright, ready?
Man.
Hold on, let me get in my bag. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me get my bag.
This
guy.
What the?
That's the opposite.
This guy.
Let me get my bag.
This guy. Nah, bro.
What podcast we doing?
Just get him.
Nah, bro.
You want Magic Steve?
Yo, put your nipples away, bro.
They're nice nipples.
Put your nipples away, bro.
Ooh, look, I just thought we was getting in our bag, and so
That's not the bag I was talking about.
Stripper named
Two
Magic
inches
Steve.
on, you know.
Who we just know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about today.
Put your shirt on, bro.
Stripper named Steve.
Magic Steve for sure.
We'll call this podcast "A Stripper Named Steve." Nigel in his bag. Episode 1.
Next film.
Oh, don't worry, we'll be. This will be better than Star Wars episode. You said Jar Jar Binks.
Alright, so this is the GoFlo Podcast.
GoFlo.
GoFlo. I am Nigel Sanderson.
I'm Steve, SP, the
And
Firebender.
we got our engineer Will in the background.
Yeah.
Not fact
I was
checking
like,
ourselves. Yeah. Man, we've been talking about this for a long time.
Right.
Finally get to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, man, we've been doing parkour together for 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
2012?
2012.
I always forget, like, the year.
I know.
It goes by so fast.
Yeah, it feels like it was yesterday, man. Like, it was 8 years ago, 30 pounds lighter, you know. But now it's like, I feel like an adult.
You married, got a place, you're an adult.
Yeah.
I tried that with 2 kids.
Yeah, exactly, man. We're old.
Yeah, well, you're old. Okay, I just get younger.
I'm 1 year old younger than you.
I reject the year old thing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why when I turned 30, we did the old abandoned school jump
Mm-hmm.
from one side to the other.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
part of my parkour is redefining what it means to age or how you age, really.
So for Stevie P's 30, he jumped the roof. For my 30, I watch kung fu movies and ate cheesecake.
I'm not gonna lie though, your 30 sounds really fun.
It was awesome, man. I do it every year.
Yeah, but see, Nigel's birthdays are always all by himself and by his lonesome, and my 30 was with my boy.
Right,
Filming.
right.
Doing crazy stuff.
That was dope.
Man, shoot, man, but I mean, shoot, that's a great place to start. We've been talking about parkour. People have been watching our videos and, you know, the Instagram stuff I put up, and shoot, what is parkour? And I think more importantly, like we'll break down like what parkour is, but more importantly, what is parkour to you, and how does it like affect what you do? Like, everybody's got their opinions of something, right? And parkour is one of those things where, like, the traditional parkour discipline, you know, is you're at point A, you're trying to get to point B, and you're overcoming or going over obstacles in your way. Right? That's a very simplistic, high-level view of what parkour is. And, you know, and for me, that really became a way of life, like truly a way of life. But you know that probably more than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I view life. You know, it's not a whole lot different from moving through life and having to go through obstacle after obstacle or go over them or overcome them. And it's really helped me sharpen my overcoming conquerors kind of idea as far as obstacles in my way come. So, man, just the practice and the discipline has really helped me to kind of, every time I've fallen back or didn't know what I was doing or where I was going, man, that mindset of you just go through the next, or you go over the next obstacle, that always comes in my head.
So yeah, parkour for me, I mean, it's kind of cliche, but it's like parkour is a way of life. You know, I forgot where I heard it, but motion is life. You know, when people like downplay what parkour is, because they always go, because we have a tendency, especially here, I can't speak anywhere else, but especially here in America, we go to the extreme. So when you mention parkour to someone, they're like, oh yeah, you just want to jump off stuff and break your neck, yeah, go to the hospital emergency room bills, and
You got a death wish.
I'm like, I've been doing this for 8 years. I've never had a serious injury. Like, there's different levels of parkour. There's different things you can do. Like, for you example, you jump off buildings, you do flips. Me, I'm climbing walls and climbing roofs, and I'm doing vaults and stuff. There's different levels of what you can do with parkour, and like I said, motion is life. I've been there, done that, where I sat there and didn't do anything, and I had an injury at a previous job that I worked at where I really did just sit on the couch and try to let it heal.
That bum foot.
That bum foot. And what made my foot better? Getting out there and being active and then starting to do parkour. So it's like parkour is a way of life. Parkour is getting from A to B in your own way. It's a form of self-expression. You know, you get to learn who you are physically, mentally, and you get to express it through parkour, because parkour is an art form. I consider it a martial art. I consider it an art. It's an art form. So it's just a way to, you know, physically express yourself so the world can see you from a physical art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, that is like perfect right there as far as like parkour being an art. You know, people express themselves in so many ways. You know, through drawing, through music, through writing, and you know, part of the big way that we do it is it's body movement. It's fluidity through the outside obstacles, which translates to fluidity through life. And I mean, your story, I think, is probably the quintessential parkour story, in which I remember when Wally, our mutual friend Wally, introduced us to each other, and you just wanted to overcome your fear of heights.
Shout out to Wally.
Shout out to Wally. And man, it was funny to me because, like you said, people tend to live on the extreme. So people will see what I do, and you know, the guy I was training with, my good friend Kevin Main. Shout out to Kevin Main.
Kevin Main.
You know, we did the crazier stuff. We flipped off of walls. We jumped off of buildings. We jumped from building to building. We did all kinds of stuff, right? So we were the, oh my gosh, these guys are gonna die in like 3 years, people, right? So, you know, for us, it's there's a comfortability level, like anything else. You train, you get good, you know how you feel, you know how you move, and it's comfortable. So it's really not all that dangerous, at least to the aspect of knowing what you're doing. But man, you came on the scene and you just wanted to overcome a fear of heights. And it's funny because I laugh at people because people tend to live on the extremes, like you said. But I was like, man, he wants to overcome his fear of heights, and he wants to do it like the most extreme way. You could have got on a Ferris wheel, you could have gotten on roller coasters, but you chose to climb buildings. Like, that's what you wanted to do.
Right.
Right, and I think that's important because people ask me all the time, I don't really want to do parkour because I don't really want to go up and climb buildings. And you don't have to.
You don't have to.
So much ground level stuff. I mean, like you said, you don't have to do any of that stuff.
Like today, we went out and did parkour. Nothing but ground level stuff.
Right. Well, until the end, we did get on a building again.
Oh, that's true.
But it was an easy climb.
But once we got up to the roof, it was ground level stuff.
Yeah, it was just roof stuff. That's hard to explain to people. Like, how do you explain to somebody roof but ground level? It's like this roof goes to this roof.
It's literally like stairs.
Yeah.
Man. You know, how do you get up from one floor to the next? Stairs. It's
right.
Just stuff, different levels stacked up. And
that's what's beautiful about roofs, because you got one that's like this tall and the one that's like this tall, but then you got one that's this tall you can get up and jump down to the one that's just... It's beautiful.
Exactly.
Like,
there's levels to this. Man.
Playground.
Exactly.
You know, but to me, you were the extreme. You're like, I could practice heights some way else that's probably a little bit less crazy, but I'm gonna actually climb them. And that's what you wanted to do. You were scared of heights, like terrified of heights, but you wanted to climb a building. So that was crazy to me. But that was what part of what parkour is for me. And you kind of embodied that. And man, I respected the heck out of you, and I still do for that. Even to this day, we climb buildings, and you go up there, and you get up there, and you don't go to the edge. You go a few feet from the edge.
Yes.
But I remember when you couldn't even get up because you and it wasn't a lack of ability. It was I don't want to go up there.
Exactly. So yeah, that's been our GoFlo episode. And check us out next time where we can even talk about the mentality aspect of parkour.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into the fear, parkour and fear.
Because would you say, before we leave, would you say parkour is more mentally or physical?
I think that it's a good question because there's
levels. Or does
levels.
it depend on the action that you do, whether it's running up a wall or jumping over or climbing up to a roof?
I would say a good 80% of the total practice of parkour is mental. And then once you get to that upper echelon, 20 or 10%, where you're starting to do roof jumps and roof flips and big gaps and huge stuff like that, then it's mental and physical. But people who are usually at that point have already got the mental part down. They're making sure they can do it physically. So, but for the most part, like anybody coming into parkour, unless you're like trying to go professional, it is far more mental than it is physical. Right. Anybody can learn, especially parkour basics. Anybody. That would be a good topic for next time.
All right, we'll nip that in the bud. We'll put that in the works for next time. Catch us next time at GoFlo, baby.
Nigel's ugly.
Tarzan's ugly. Fake ass Green Ranger.
Green Ranger.